If y'all only knew all that I have just gone through, I don't know if y'all was able to chime in on them other starts that I've had. We're now 20 minutes into a show that has not started. So as I'm telling people to meet me somewhere at 6:30, and then it all falls down. Who you gonna call now when it all falls down? Who I got to call? Sound, editing, the director, the producer, the station. Who do I call? Because the phone gonna ring to me. Cause I'm all those things. You know who she wasn't today? She was not hair. She was not makeup. I can turn this sound thing off. Um, yeah, I might as well talk to my earpod. Okay. Yeah, so y'all don't even get the feedback from my air conditioner. So yeah, she did not go to hair today. Look at this. It's eh. She did not go to makeup. Don't feel good. Sinus infection. Um, I don't know. Welcome to the show. This is my fourth time doing this now. I'm really tea, but let me try to get through the show with grace and professionalism. Hey y'all, hey, it's me, your host, the crazy Melanin Princess, aka Big Mama. She is not feeling good today. She got a sinus infection. It's Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. Do you know, and happy to be alive, do y'all know that 2026 is in 6 months? I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's Taco Tuesday. It's cancer season, y'all. I don't know how I'm starting it off all toe up, though, because that's whack. Sorry, y'all. I'm turning away as if y'all not getting it all through this ear thing. She say, "Ooh, baby. Ooh, I got a, somebody said something to me in the chat. Oh, wait, maybe they didn't say nothing. Dana, hi. 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 Hello. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, Big Mama is falling apart today, guys. And, hey, Priscilla. And she is having a day. She had to take her car to the car dealership for a persisting problem. The problem has gone. Hello, everybody. The car has gone to the shop 2 times for the same thing. Big Mama falling apart. She ain't drinking today. Not her normal lemon drops or any of that. She's drinking this Pure Life tea. Pure Life tea. Not that it's going to heal her, but she found it in the backseat of the car. It was warm. She felt like, ooh, that's soothing. And we've been drinking it ever since, sipping it. Ain't nothing in it. Ooh, maybe I should put some whiskey in it, huh? So yes, and my Cannabis infuse, the same one that's on all the other ones. The Whoa. Yeah, no. So take the car. I tell them, oh no, y'all charged me for spark plugs last time, and it still is. It's not sparking, or it's sparking, but it ain't sparking like the way it's supposed to spark. I don't think I'm supposed to hear the spark. You know, like it's underneath there sparking, but I'm not supposed to be able to feel the sparks that's going on in my car. That don't make no sense. So I say that didn't work. That ain't work. It couldn't have been that because it's still doing the same thing. They charged me $464 for that. Well, after I paid, came back, you can't charge me again for the same thing that I went in there originally for. They said, oh yeah, we can. I said, oh no, you won't. So long or the short, after I said we can't do that because my deductible is the same amount as I paid for the repair, but you told me the repair for the spark plugs wasn't under the warranty, the engine warranty. It don't count. But I paid the deductible's $450. My cost was $464. Well, heck, I paid. I paid the deductible in spark plugs. Hey, half a dozen in the other. Potato, tomato. Speaking of which, my garden is popping. Did y'all see my salsa on my stories? From farm to table, my little farm in the front yard. So anyhow, they say they can't fix that car. I gotta take it to the actual dealership. I tried to get away because I got that car from CarMax, baby, and I tried to take it back just to say that $50, but it has cost me $464 and still a persisting problem. So now I got to take it to the dealer and just see what they got to say, because what they gave me was the runaround today, and I said I got a show at 6:30 that we ain't really prepared for. We winging it because Big Mama don't feel good. So nevertheless, what are we putting in the time capsule today? Because this is a lot going on, okay? But it's always Taco Tuesday, and we are in the entry of Cancer season. To all my Cancerian people out there, raise the roof. It's our time. I don't know how I am starting this hot girl summer feeling under the weather. I mean, because the weather is weathering right now, and I'm falling apart. My birthday is in a week and a half. We can't be doing this. This is not cute. So our time capsule, these ice raids. Okay, be it as you may, how you feel about them, neither here nor there, none of that matters. The problem is these people being in masks, not revealing who they are. We feel as if it's a form of like some type of terrorism, because this makes no sense as to why you cannot identify yourself. That's very scary. Now they're talking about organ harvesting and the like. Wild, crazy, scary. And so here in Los Angeles, where I am, there's pushback. A lot of pushback from local government, because at best, I mean, I want to know that you are the marshal, the sheriff, the police, this. How scary is it for you or your daughter to get pulled over by said police that's not really a police, and he has ski mask on and won't identify himself? That is very terrifying. So that's that we're not going from. 2.7 earthquake here in Los Angeles. Technically, it was Sherman Oaks, so I ain't feel nothing. I never feel the earthquakes. Sometimes I want to, I just don't. We got a heat danger. Did you guys see that road buckle in Missouri? From the heat. So they say it's a heat wave coming. I don't think that is going to reach us here in the Southwest. But the Northeast, be on the lookout. Midwest, ouch. I feel bad. I'm praying for y'all because that's bad. Trump got booed at NATO today. The consumer confidence is down by 93% because people in their households are bracing for uncertainty, because we all scared because we don't know what's about to happen. And if you are watching and you're not in the U.S., pray for us here, because we don't know what we don't know. Next week's episode, I'm gonna have a guest speaker, financial planning expert by the name of Brian Watson, based here in Los Angeles. But as it relates to the ICE raids, I was listening to a talk radio program today. They had a business analyst on there, and for many people whose family are being disrupted with the raids and the deportations, it should bring up financial planning as it relates to that specifically, getting your affairs in order. So next week's guest, we were going to talk about financial planning, but I'm going to bring that in because you never know who might need 2 extra questions answered just based off of where we find ourselves in these crazy and uncertain times. One thing I'm going to say is I do not have a kids corner this week. Chop went to Vegas with his friends, and he was over there tubing on the lake. I ain't been nowhere, and this boy that just came from the University of Hawaii, and in 2-3 weeks of being here, he done had like 4 vacations. It sucks to be an empty nester when they come back to the nest and they live in life, and you still can't get life in order. What am I mismanaging my time? What's going on? I saw this thing today. So yeah, we don't got nothing in the kids' corner. Aja ain't up to nothing. This summer basketball is over. Her life is doomed. Ain't no sports on. You know that little girl. All she cares about is sports, sports, sports. And this is her down season because she ain't got nothing. She just sitting here like this. Like, what do I do? Just stare into the abyss. There's no football. There's no basketball. Um, she better take up soccer because that stuff is good. How can you run that much across that field? Now, I'm a runner, but my goodness, that's a lot of running, baby. Soccer players deserve it all. I was watching Panama versus at the bar the other day. I don't know, game was good, whatever. Um, so yeah, and Sterling, he's still here on my nerves. So yeah, that's Kids Corner. Black Business Spotlight ain't got nothing for that this week, but I saw this thing and it went back to another episode that we had, and it was talking about um, be kind, not nice. So there was this professor at the universe. I can't remember what university she was at. I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. But she was giving a speech. Her name is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And she says, do not be nice, be kind. Wait, hold on, because I want to get it. I want to get it straight. I want to get it straight from the horse's mouth and not tear it up for y'all, okay? So let Big Mama get her life in order for a hot second. And yeah, she says, be kind, because kindness is a measure of our humanity, but do not be nice. Nice means wanting always to be liked. Nice means silencing inconvenient truths. Nice means choosing always to be comfortable. Nice means letting go of courage. Nice means talking about peace, but not about justice. Nice will not remake the world, and there is so much about our world that needs remaking. Because kindness is a measure of our humanity. And it really is. And we strive so much to be nice people. But nice don't do nothing. Nice is ineffective. And I was watching this post where people like, I'm fed up. I'm tired of having a good heart. It gets me nowhere. You know, you see the people who seemingly get over on people and do all that, have such success, or what we deem as success, or maybe the things that we desire to have. We see it happening for them and not for us. But we'd be willing to give to anybody when we don't have, and those people have an abundance, and that you rarely see their humanity or their compassion, their empathy for society, their desire to hop in or pitch in and help. And it leaves us feeling like we're do good people. They say good guys finish last. Who the hell wants to finish last, right? But it's just not in us to go be bad. So it's like, again, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Like, what do you do with that? And I think that that thing is to be kind. I can be kind because that is the measure of my humanity. Being nice is kind of fake. It holds nothing. It's like cotton balls. There's nothing. So I'll move on for that. And then another thing that touched me today, because again, this is what's been in my head. And when you're sitting here and you're like, what in the heck is going on in life? This is the ache of being awake. Like sometimes it aches you to be awake, right? I think I'm grieving, not a person, but a framework, a shared sense of decency, of clarity, of what's right and what's way off. Lately, everything feels a little untethered. And I don't think I'm the only one feeling it. This isn't burnout, it's heartbreak without a name. When you talk to people just on your day to day, I'm always at the bar. That's where I be at the bar. And having conversations with people of all walks of life. I talk to so many people. Again, I'm in IT sales, so I talk to people of all walks of life all the time. Doesn't matter social status, it doesn't matter financial status, it doesn't matter married, single, somewhere in between, doesn't matter sexuality, anything. We all are feeling a little untethered in life. Like, what's happening? People can't articulate that, right? And so when I saw that, I was like, well, I'll share it because maybe other people feel the same way, right? Without having the exact kind of tangible, poignant words to let you see. And here's the banner that is saying exactly what I'm feeling in this space and time. And so that is one of the reasons when I did the poll on Instagram, people said nobody wanted to hear more about my family, my deep, dark family secrets. You guys wanted to hear more about, or you wanted me to do a show, perception versus reality, right? And so you know me, I'm always going to dig and do my homework and try to break stuff down and see what is and what isn't, what's out there, how people feel, and you know what perception truly is and what is reality. Perception is subjective. It's like we said, it's like buttholes. Everybody has their own perception of the exact same occurrence. We're all standing there. We all watched the exact same car accident. We've all perceived it in some way differently, right? It's shaped by our experiences in life, our emotions, biases, fears, hopes, and past traumas. It becomes our personal truth, even if it's not the truth, because again, it's subjective. Our lives shape how we feel about the things that we see, right? And I'm pointing this finger because we're gonna be doing some. We're gonna, I love to point the finger because in the end, by the end of the show, we always see it clearly. Those four pointing back at us, right? Remember we were talking about microaggressions. Ain't nobody more microaggressive than the person who thinks that they have no microaggressions that they are ever expounded. Go back and watch. I think that was episode 3, right? Anyhow, we on this perception versus reality. So let me stay on target since I'm already late. But two people can witness the same event, right? Becomes their truth because this is how I grew up, how I felt, what I've seen, and I know, and that's the truth. Where reality is objective. It is now we are talking in something grounded in fact, not in how we feel, in what really happened, true outcomes, what truly exists outside of how the hell we feel about it. So get out your feelings, because it ain't really about you, it's about what really happened. Okay? Reality can be very hard to accept. More so when you emotionally invested. You have memories, triggers, traumas, things like that. When you have strong expectations of something, sometimes we want to resist reality because it doesn't match the story that we got trumped up in our heads or that we've been telling ourselves. They clash all the time. Perception versus reality. Let me go back to, again, I'm gonna lay the groundwork as to why I came up with this, because people have been pissing me off online as relate to a number of subjects. And I was like, you're making someone else's reality your perception, or your perception you think is their reality, and that is not the case. And it's in every single freaking comment that you see online. Whether it's talking about housewives. Oh, she just did it. She's jealous of her. You have no real concept of their reality. And I'm going, you know me, I'm data driven, so I'm going to dig, right? I'm going to dig for the people who make the most heinous comments about people. And then I look at them and I say, it makes sense as to why you are making comments about said individual. Like I said the other day, and the person that I was referring to was Megan Good. I don't know what award show, what it was that she was doing, and people just wanted to just place their perception about how they feel about this woman and make it her reality. She needs to be a role model. She's an actress. That's a job. I'm an IT specialist. That's a job. I ain't trying to be no kid's role model. That is not what I asked for a check for. You cannot force your perception of what you perceive I should be and make it my reality. There was a comment made. I don't know if I think I may have. No, I didn't. I talked about it on the story. Let's get into it. This woman, gorgeous woman, made one of those videos, where they sit there and they do, I don't know, this is what I'm finding. Y'all gonna know my age because I don't even know what these videos are called. She's doing a video where she's putting on makeup, but she's a gorgeous girl. She doesn't need any makeup, but she's putting on makeup and she's speaking about her full premise. If you are not married, you are single. That is what so many women have been told by their fathers, by their brothers, by their grandparents, and whomever else had some wisdom to let them know you have no claim, no legal, any type of claim to any human being that is not legally indebted to you in some form or fashion. Therefore, consider yourself single. It does not mean you can be in a committed relationship in any kind of way. But what she was saying is women, because we do, tend to go overboard and have all these great intentions for a relationship that often we find that male was never in it the way you were. And you give wife everything to this man. You pour over into this man like you've been married to him for 30 years, okay? You making sandwiches before breakfast. If you wasn't doing that, the man's still gonna eat, my love. You're overdoing it. And you ain't gotta do that because that is not your husband. That's all she was saying. Is women be doing the most. And that ain't your husband. So slow it down, back it up, and be the girlfriend that you are, which means at any given time, this thing can move to another way. Because you're technically single. He has that right. He's free. He's free. That's why. Because he's free. Married man ain't free. That's it. This man ate her up talking about, and who gonna want her anyway? I'm gonna tell y'all who she looks like. Hate it or leave it. She looks like a mix between what's the little she's so funny. Pretty V. She looked like Pretty V. The girl, I don't mean like she was so skinny or anything. Even though she was a very petite little girl, but her face was flawless, okay? Like her mixed with anyhow, woman was gorgeous. And it's no denying it. When she walked in any room, every man was about to turn their head and say, oh, who is she? Every man. I'm going to go dig this brother up to see why is he just bashing this girl based off of a message. Who's going to want her? Probably men who respect women who know their place. Like, I don't want a woman who overdoing and overplaying her role. Especially if we only dating and I got 3 of her. Girl, back up. Like, hold off. Dude, no, we ain't there. A lot of people. That was another reason why I said, stop projecting. And the way they are eating my girl Portia up in these comments. And Shamia, because I love Shamia. I love this whole new cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I ain't gonna lie. I think they all a little untethered right now. Their reality, and that which they choose to show us out of 30 minutes of edited clip in a full 2 weeks of what we watching, right? You get a snippet of someone's life and you base all of it like you know these human beings that you do not know. This is entertainment. It is produced. What are y'all talking about? And the way you just talk about people, like what gives you license and agency to come for people the way you do? Be kind. That's humanity. Be kind. And if my mom always said, rest in peace. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, sometimes just think it. And like MC Light was talking earlier on the Breakfast Club, was only heard a snippet of when she was discussing rumors of how she felt about earlier rumors of her being considered LGBTQ. Yeah, Stephanie, like, you ain't got nothing to say, don't say nothing at all. You're in an open and public forum. So it's different if you're just talking about someone, you and your sister over here just going to town on somebody. That's different than someone I do not know. And I am just on their page, just spewing the hate, the venom for an individual I don't know. Don't know. They were kind enough to get on here and entertain me. And here I am talking trash about them. Any of them. I don't like most of them because they paint us in such a bad light. But I do like the entertaining ones. I do. And I do understand that people are human. And again, humanity. So that's why we're talking about this. The problem is there is a gap because they clash when heartbreak. Okay, the gap is where conflict, heartbreak, and growth often live. In relationships, for example, someone may perceive neglect while the other thinks they're being present. You know, you talk about love languages. It don't matter if you talking Chinese and I'm talking Greek. I'm talking, you talking, we both smiling, but we don't know what neither one of us are saying. We can be kind and smile. Well, no, we're being nice by smiling because I'm sure we're frustrated. So being nice ain't effective. Smiling because I don't know what the hell you said, that ain't helping. It ain't effective. Being kind is figuring out a solution as to how we can bridge the gap in communication. I like this. Do this to me. It's uncomfortable for you. So when you do that for me, I know it's love because this ain't natural for you to have done in the first place. And it's what I like. It's what I like. And you doing it. Ooh, that's love. And then in the reverse, we do it on the back end. Right? Same thing. Speak their language. So I don't want to talk about careers. We won't go there. You know, sometimes, because here's perception and reality. Somebody might think they stink at their job, right? That's how they perceive their own. You know, they tell you to rate yourself at work or to do your own thing at work or in school where you grade your own paper. Now, of course, people be cheating because there was a played out answers. But to grade one's performance, one's own performance, right? But then somebody else is like, oh, you rated yourself so low and you did this here, when how you perceive you to be is not how, I forgot what those other tests are called, how they perceive you to be, you know? So it shapes your choices, it shapes your relationships, and it shapes your mental health. Because remember last week, child, we got into it. Y'all go back and watch that show. Because Lord, mental health is real. But if it's unchecked, it can become a trap. Reality doesn't need you to believe in it. It just is. But reality without compassion can be cold. And that's where people fall short. Someone else's reality Without compassion, use a cold person. That's really what they got going on. They are really getting divorced. Whether you feel how you feel about it, your perception of their relationship and their marriage, you wasn't there. Maybe you saw them arguing one day, but they've been married for 18 years. So your perception of this midget of their whole marriage gives you license and credence to say, I don't even know why he went with her. I don't even know why she did it. And she, huh? You know more than they do. Perception, your perception versus these people reality. Stay in your lane where the road is clear, no traffic. Because while you bobbing and weaving and get over here, you're not getting to, the quickest way to get to where you're going is a straight line. So while you merging over here, it's going to take you longer to get to your destination. Leave me alone while I preach up in here, okay? Who's laughing out loud at me? But again, that's what I'm saying. Without compassion, it's cold. Be kind. Not nice. Nice is some fake shit. I'm realizing that because I'm super nice. I got broken up with by my baby daddy. He told me because I was nice. Broke my heart. Never thought my heart would work again. That was wild. Sweet spot is when you examine your perception. Four fingers. Them four fingers. Let's point back. Check yourself. Check your perception. Ask yourself tough ass questions. And then seek the truth. Ask yourself and then go find the real, actual, factual answer. Because most times there is one. Right? And then go find the answer. And do it even when it challenges your comfort. Like, oh, I'm a little racist. I'm a little prejudiced. I'm a little misogynistic. I'm a little ageist. I'm a little, what is it called when you go against obese people? I'm an obesitist. But you know what I mean. Like, those microaggressions. You doing and you're saying stuff. It ain't right. Check yourself. Them four fingers, that's right there. That's all of us. That is all of us. Not just me, not just you, but everybody. So I think the sooner we can get to being kind, the sooner we can have compassion for everybody who ultimately want the exact same. We all want the exact same things out of life. None of us want anything different. We want different variations of the exact same thing. I want to retire on the lake. I want to live on the beach. I want to live in the mountains. I want to live on the city. But you want to live and you want a roof over your head. The where don't matter. You want the same thing. You want running water. But if you don't want running water, you can also say that is a choice. And a variation upon a variation. I don't want running water. I want to be in the woods and live off the grid. You too want what you desire and you should have that. And your homestead, whatever it is. Everybody should get those things, you want food because it is a natural body, you need it to live. Because I want to live, keyword there is I want to live. So anything that deals with living and keep the body operational, we all want that. And shelter is a huge part of it, right? We want to be healthy for as long as we are. And if we are the type of people who, we don't take care of ourselves as much as we should, well, at least we do want to go somewhere somebody can help us. Okay, I fucked up. Players fuck up. We be fucking up. I don't know how I got another sinus infection after being down a whole month last week. But I don't know. She careless, I guess. I don't know. Pollutants in the air, some chemical warfare going on in Los Angeles. I don't know. But takeaway is you don't see things as they are. You see them as you are. But the closer you can align the two, the more peace you'll find. The more you can align the two, perception and reality, how your views, your life, your emotions, your upbringings, your every triggers and things that have shaped the way you feel about. That's why they love picking specific jurors. They be knowing stuff. I want people who think a certain way, who are going to perceive things a certain way due to facts that I know in their life. That person was raped once. That person has been beat up by the police once. That person has been divorced 2 times. That person has such and such. I know that they have things within them that is going to have a scope and a view of the world that is going to be more in line with my way of wanting them to see things than over here. Perception versus reality. We got to start bridging. The more we check our perception and get to challenging stuff by seeking that truth, the more that you're naturally going to start to close the gap. And I think that that's where kindness and that's where the compassion will stem from, to help people be more kind and have a better way of humanity. My on purpose, I did have an on purpose for us today. And what's funny, the funniest thing is that this Buddhist principle had popped up, and it was so simple. It said, your perception is your reality. So think about that. The way you see things is how you are creating your own reality. So with that, my high of the week, I got to see my little niece play volleyball. They so little. It was funny. It was a big tournament though. They didn't win, but it was just the cutest little thing. So I love that for her. My low of the week is catching this sinus infection. So I love you guys. I thank you guys all for joining, watching, chiming in to my life ... after. Catch me next week with my special guest, Brian Watson from Primerica with love you too, cousin. Thank you for watching. Next week for financial planning, and you guys can get your questions in here or wait and ask them in the chat next week. So love you guys. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, share, do whatever. I don't care. Y'all know I love y'all regardless. So I just appreciate the here and the now. And if you watch me on the playback, I appreciate y'all too. Love you, and I'm signing off. It's me, your girl, your host, Big Mama. Love y'all.